Hi, my name is Ken Brazil. I'm with the customer success team here at Nearby, and we wanted to make this quick video to explain to the NOC overnight team a change we would like to have you start doing in regarding to how you're putting PPM pins on the map. The one thing you're going to start noticing on the map is that all of the nodes have been added in to the map. And if you notice over here on the left side of my nearby desktop that I'm sharing, you can see a number of nodes. You'll be able to search by the node name and find the appropriate node. And we're going to want to do that instead of just dropping a PPM pin directly on the map by itself. We want to start putting those in under the actual node that they're affecting so that we can actually start building a timeline and a historical data record for that optical node. So let's take, for instance, we want to add a PPM pin underneath the Hillsboro node. So I can just type, I can start typing Hillsboro, and that's going to refine it down. And if I know it's node 2, I can say node 2, and there it is right there on the left side. I can go ahead and open that node up now that I found it. And what we want to do is we want to go to tasks. And you notice there is a PPM pin underneath this one already. That's one that you guys have created or that we might have done as a test earlier today. But normally you probably wouldn't see one. And if you want to create a new one, you would go to new task. And over here on the left side, go down and find PPM and drop that, or PPM upstream issue. And then it'll begin to give you that screen that you're used to filling out. This is pretty much the same thing you should be used to doing. The only difference is we're going to go into node first, open the node, and go to task so that we make sure that that PPM pin is associated with the node. And if you notice here, under node name, it auto-filled that in, so you don't have to worry about that. The other difference is in the past, you've been adding the PPM spectrum screenshot as a note to the pin. Instead of doing it as a note, we want to actually add it into this first field that you see right here. Very easy to do, same thing you do before. You just come into the pin, you pick the plus, it's going to take you to your computer. I'm going to go to downloads because I happen to have just downloaded one and I called it graph. So let me get down here to where I can find graph. It's right there. I'm just going to double click on graph to open that up. And you notice now it put it into that attribute field within the pin itself. That's all I'm going to do right at the moment. You should be familiar with the rest of the items that you need to fill in. I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. And then we're going to go back and I'm going to open that node up and show you what it looks like now. So there's the one I just added, the PPM pin. I'm going to go back to the node itself here on the left, and I'm going to open that up. And we'll notice that tasks, there's now 2 PPM pins, the original one, the one I just added. If I open that PPM pin up, then we'll see there's that spectrum screenshot that you're used to putting up here. Normally you would put it up here in notes, but we're going to keep it under details because that way it shows up in the historical record. And we can also use it when we pull reports. We can actually get that information. Things that are over here in notes typically are not, actually, let me go back to the parent pin here. Let me go back to the little arrow to go back. And I'm going to open that node pin up. You probably have been entering over here in notes. So it doesn't look like there's anything entered actually on this one. But we don't want to do it in notes. We actually want to go to the task that we created, open that PPM pin up. And again, we want to add it in by using that plus sign. And then at that point, you just search your computer like you were before. You find the screenshot and you add it, and you're done. So hopefully that helps you understand some of the changes and how we're trying to track some information. If not, I'm sure your supervisors will be able to answer some questions. And if they can't, they can always get myself or Ron Miller on the line, and we can discuss it and make sure things are good for you. So hopefully that helps, and we'll talk to you again in the future. Thanks.